The purpose of this article is to give an overview about adolescent violence in schools in America. By understanding the phenomenon, you can point the reasons adolescents use violence. This article discusses the development of a research program to discover the different types and reasons for adolescent violence. During this period, the adolescent goes through a lot of physical and emotional changes. The three major stages to follow in adolescence are centrality of sex, quest of autonomy, and the quest for identity. At this time in life, they begin to interact more with the outside world, which can lead to a crisis in identity. A recent study has highlighted the importance of a strong parent-child relationship at this stage of their life. At this stage, there is conflicting from the home, friend, and environment. The rise in adolescent violence is parallel to the situation in schools. There has been an increase in the number and severity of violent incidents, both physical and emotional. This violence includes bullying, stealing, verbal violence, drug, rape, and murder. According to social learning theory, adolescents are especially vulnerable to role models in their families and environment. Adolescents often learn to become violent by modeling aggression in their families and communities. Ineffective bonding within families may increase the risk of violent behavior. This behavior may include alcohol and drug abuse and sexual deviance. Exposure to violence through the media has been felt to lead to aggressive behavior. Many acts of aggressive are not seen as violent but means of gaining and maintaining social status. Antisocial behavior is the act of violating the rights of others. Most people learn to control this behavior at a young age, but this may reappear in adulthood. Those suffering from conduct disorder will continue this antisocial behavior through adolescence. Students are more vulnerable to crime and violence during adolescence. Violence and crime is more common amongst males than females. Those who are unpopular academically, children, increased or have moved frequently, are more likely to be victims of violence. The National School Safety Center has proposed a list of warning signs, including history of uncontrollable angry outbursts, making threats, discipline problem, depression, cruelty to animals, and bringing weapons to school. These adolescents lacks a strong social circle and tend to blame others for problems they cause. They are often drawn to gangs. These adolescents rarely understand that there is a problem. Parents and the school school staff have to pay attention to this risk adolescents. There is need to design the developmental and assessment and intervention. When dealing with violence behavior, it is important to understand what violence really is and how it impacts the individual's lives and the lives of others. Violence is indeed a cluster of behavior that are intertwined in the individual and the process to element its existence is one the nurse can play a crucial role in.